All right, everybody. So it's the moment you all been waiting for. It is the post-game show of UConn, South Carolina. On one side, you guys already see the man who has already saluted the camera is Mr. Terrell, a.k.a. Ashy Knuckles, a.k.a. Mr. Fahrenheit. And on the other side, we got my boy, Rakai Watkins, a.k.a. a UConn Huskies fan. Fellas, how are you guys doing tonight?
Yes, sir.
Rashad, I'm doing much great. I'm feeling real good. You know what I'm saying? Real nice. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the SC fans out there. Go Gamecocks. You know what I'm saying? To all the haters. To all those who was scared to face me on video because they know they was going to shoot up. Shout out to them too. They know who they is. So yeah. Back to you, Rashad.
Dang.
Rakai, any words, Rakai?
Just been a long day. I'm ready to stand up for my team, speak on their behalf. So
Shout out to all the homies, you know what I'm saying, all the friends of the channel, all the people who have been on and haven't been on camera. I appreciate all of y'all. All right, cool. So without further ado, what do y'all want to get into first? Y'all want to, okay, we'll do it like this. We'll go to the, we'll keep it on here first. This is the last time you'll see all of our beautiful faces in full. The rest of the time will be in small little squares because I'm sharing the screen the rest of the video. We're getting right to work. We're not playing with y'all tonight. Here we go. Box score is up here. I just watched the highlights, as you guys have seen. Maybe I don't know what order I'm gonna edit the videos, but yeah. Avina had a good game, man. That it said she was quiet. Like she scored in the fourth quarter, and they said she was quiet since the first quarter. But a couple of highlights I saw, she made like smart decisions and everything like that. What's up?
Yeah, she did her thing in that first and second quarter. Third quarter, we had to put the Amber Alert out for. Fourth quarter, she hit that little one shot, and but before I say the rest, we got to get some bail up for we got to get some bail money up for Paige Becker. She was locked down on the court.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? She was locked down. We couldn't get a point out of her, so we got to get some bond money up. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get out. Maybe tonight. If not, we get out in the morning.
The way I had to do it was the guys haven't seen my reaction yet, obviously. The way I had to do it was I watched Gamecock Steve's highlights first, but he just had South Carolina highlights. So I was like, oh, the people are going to be mad at me if I upload this. So then I pulled up some UConn highlights, and of course, all the highlights were just Page highlights. Mm-hmm. So I pulled up one of the Page highlights, and yeah, like he said, like she was hooping in that first half and first three quarters, and the stuff she was doing was just like magical. You know what I'm saying? Like poetic, like all the stuff I always talk about with Paige. But like, yeah,
she did one little
fourth quarter. Oh, go ahead.
She drove in the lane one time. I'm not gonna lie. She did a nice little pass to I believe it was Edwards or was
Liv. It was I think Liv. Was it Liv?
I think it was Liv.
Because she did a couple of those. She did a 2-man game. She did a 2-man game on a pick and roll with I think it was Leah Edwards, right? And then no, I think it was Liv. And then she did the touch pass to Edwards down low for the easy bucket. And then there was another one where she had a hee. She had one of those, and I think that was.
At first I thought it was a boxing match because Edwards and Liv stayed on that floor. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, they flopping? Is this? I was like, is Boston punching them when she driving by, or they just flopping?
We'll get to South Carolina in a second. First, we want to go through the UConn side of things. But like I said, with the Page one, you know, I was like, man, these moves are, you know, my usual Page stuff. But then, like in the fourth quarter, like her last highlight was at like 7 minutes, and then it was like, you know, the final seconds. So I was like, dang, that was it. Like, you know, she just kind of, where was she the rest of the fourth quarter? So I guess that's what you're talking about right there, because she didn't have many highlights past like the 7-minute mark of the fourth quarter. But
it's the fourth quarter.
Liv had 6, 5, and 4. Kristen, who had a good tournament, had her career high 31 points at some point in the tournament. I believe it was against South Florida on Friday. Mm-hmm. I haven't reacted to any of those games. 10 points, 3 and 2. So yeah, she was pretty quiet. Dorka, pretty quiet, 2 points.
Quiet, yeah.
AZ Fudd, #1 player in the country, 0 cross. She was getting cardio.
AZ Fuddy Duddy. AZ Fuddy Duddy left with a
Don't
0.
don't do the freshman like that. She a freshman still. You know,
Right.
this
She a
is still a
freshman.
kid. But
Hey,
uh,
hey,
Zaya,
when
like
you
I
on the
brought it up in
opposing
the
team,
reaction.
when you on the opposing team, you get all the smoke. I don't care how young you is.
I heard it. But with the highlight, man, Zaya. Oh my gosh, Zaya. It looked like barbecue chicken out there against. She had AZ one time. Drive. It was. You'll see on the
Yeah,
reactions. It was ridiculous.
man. Look, I thought somebody was gonna call child services on her for that when she did the AZ Fud. I was like, man, look here, somebody please don't call DSS on her for that. But
AZ, oh, go ahead.
I'm just saying, that's just what Cook, that's what Cook do when she throw on that apron, so she get the cooking in that kitchen, you know what I'm saying? She be looking like Zeke out there, you know what I'm saying? Ready, feed me.
We were talking last time we were on with last time I was on with Rakai, we were talking about AZ's defense. And I think we said it was good. And then and like a comment was like, I don't agree with the thing that AZ's defense is good. So I watched the full Arkansas game. I know a lot of people don't think I watch actual games, but I do. Trust me. But anyway, I was watching the Arkansas game and man, it was like Matador defense. It was like a little hotel, like revolving door, like with AZ, it was pretty bad. I was like, stop the ball, stop the ball.
Olay, like she was out there playing, like she was out there fighting the bull. Olay, they just rolling right
but she's 18. She's 8 or 9. You know what I'm saying? 18, 19. She'll get it. But Rakai, I'm gonna let you go. This is your time to speak before we head to the South Carolina side.
I'm disappointed in the bigs. I knew it was gonna be a tough game for them anyway, but dang, like they did terrible. Like Olivia 6 points, Aaliyah 6 points. I'm not gonna lie, Olivia, she was physical down low. Like she was blocking Aaliyah a couple times. I was proud of that, but on offense, she needs to step it up. Paige did Paige. Kristen needed to step it up. I had a feeling Kristen wasn't gonna step up this game, but Avina, I'm proud of Avina. But just Avina and Paige is not gonna carry us, and you see that. So our bigs really had to step it up.
And Dorka was supposed to be. It's for me, it's like a lot of problems that I felt like we saw in the off season. That it was like we were holding on to. If Liv can take that next step, if Kristen could be the Kristen we've seen Kristen be in 2-3 games in her career. Excuse me. And my thing the whole time was, if Liv hasn't lived up to her talent level on a consistent basis for the past 3 years, what in the world is going to change her senior year? And the same with Kristen. If Kristen can play up to her talent level consistently the past 3 years, how is that going to change her senior year? I realize, yes, Rashad, blah, blah, blah. It's the 4th game of the season. It's November. I get it. But I'm just saying, it's just like a lot of these kind of question marks we had going into the season with UConn, they still seem to be there. And the thing is, the difference is the question marks we had with South Carolina going into the season, a lot of those so far have seemed to be answered. How are they going to fit all these players together? What are they going to do with 3-point shooting? What is Aaliyah, what is Aaliyah going to do when they stop her? Like, the answer tonight was they can't stop her down low. You're not going to have to see her step outside and hit the jumper consistently because you can't stop her down low. So you're not going to figure out because you can't force her outside in the first place. So I don't know. I think that's the primary difference of what I saw in these two teams today here, the 4th game of the season for UConn, 6th game of the season for South Carolina, number 1 versus 2, their first of 3 times facing each other this year. That's the main difference I saw. The questions we had about UConn headed into the season are still questions. Dorka, Kristen, and Liv being consistent, and then the kind of the promise of Aaliyah Edwards at the end of last season. They really need what's her name? Girl hurt Griffin. They needed. They really need Aubrey Griffin. They need her back for sure. Because her and Aaliyah, they worked well together. Just Aaliyah, I don't know if Aaliyah's kind of ready for that jump or if she's kind of gonna be that player.
Yeah, I
And
don't know.
then
She's having a slow start this year. I don't know what's up. If she's nervous, I don't know, but she's not playing the same way she did last year, especially in the tournament. So,
well, do you think it could be a thing of like teams are prepared for Aaliyah now? Where, like when it's always that first punch, you're kind of not expecting the kid to be that good, And
mhm.
it's kind of like Aaliyah kind of came on as the season went on into the tournament to what like. I don't know if people, even though she was a top prospect, but still.
Mhm. I
But
don't know.
oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I don't know because she just doesn't. It doesn't look like she has that same like drive that she did like last year, like how she was driving to the baskets, grabbing rebounds. I don't know what it is, but I hope she figure it out.
One question has been answered though. Avina, Avina not being healthy last season, kind of but not living up to the hype. I feel like so far in a couple games that I've seen, she's made very smart decisions. Her IQ is really good. She has
Yeah.
really high IQ, a really good feel for the game. She knows what she's doing out there. So
Yeah,
I think that is. Oh, go ahead.
I'll give her credit. She's having a nice bounce back year so far this year.
I think that's one question mark that has been answered for UConn,
Mhm.
or at least in a positive way. All right, Terrell, here you go. South Carolina side.
Well, people, this it was a good game, but this story kind of went like a boxing, like a great Rocky boxing movie. And for the people out there in YouTube land who know Rocky movies, and for those who don't know, everybody know Rocky gets beat from the first round all the way to about round towards almost the end of the 12th round, and then he pulls the fight out. You know what I'm saying? So today, UConn, they came in. They came in. I'm not gonna lie. They had me a little nervous when they had us. I think they had us by 13. They had us 13.
20 to 8.
Yeah. So then I had to think about it. I said, Rel, hold up. You've been rolling with your girls for a long time, and you pretty much know their resume. They are second half team. So we did like any great fighter would do. We just kept the jab out there. You know what I'm saying? We kept the jab out there, kept them back, and then we just, took them to the fourth quarter and then delivered that Mike Tyson uppercut and pretty much sent them home. But what I appreciate the most out the game is our defense. I think our defense is way better, and I think that we're hitting more threes. Our threes is a little bit more consistent this year, so that kind of make it a little hard for teams to pack that paint in on us. But also the addition of Cardoso kind of helps with backdoor cuts, so she could kind of keep that lane kind of clogged up. So I'm just really making jokes because we beat UConn, but UConn's a good team, and I feel it'll really be said in that second game. But if we take that second game, I don't want to hear nothing from no UConn fans. I don't
You
want
don't.
to hear nothing.
You don't gotta
No
worry.
mouths, no comments, no texts, no nothing, no letters. I don't want to hear nothing. Go ahead, man. You got the floor.
I thought Fegan played. I thought Fegan played. Like when I was watching the highlights, I thought one of the players was Fegan, but Bree Hogg did get in. So
Bree Hall's the only one who got some burn.
okay. All right. Well, that answers that. But like you said, Cardoso, really good fit. Really good
Yeah,
fit.
that's
Fit
the
right on in. Littleton, you talk about that 3-point shooting, hit a big 3-pointer in the second half right there, 6 points, but one of those were really big threes. Me here, kind of just getting cardio, 16 minutes, 2 rebounds, 1 point. Is there something that I'm missing right there, Terrell, as someone who watched the full game?
Yeah,
What you missing? What you're not missing nothing. What it was, they had the clamps on her. See what me here, she has a semi jumper, but more of her moves is most driving. So one thing you got to basically do is play her for the charge, and you could pretty much get her. You could pretty much shut her down, as long as you keep her from keep her from up under that basket. But we just like her for her defense. But our main scorers is Cook, Henny, and Boston. As long as we got them rolling, we pretty much good. And as long as our little bench help out. But another stat that kind of blew my mind, we held UConn to 3 points in the fourth quarter. It kind of took me back to 2019 when we held them to 2 points in that first quarter. It's just something.
Oh.
It's just something. It's just something about us holding them to them little bitty points. I mean, I don't know. Other teams don't do it, but there's something about South Carolina just be putting the clamps on them. So it is what it is. But Champagne the victory. Once again, shout out to the Gamecocks. You know what I'm saying? They made me a very happy man tonight, and I'm just loving that the UConn fans are humble. But then again, you do have those that's not gonna be humble, but they're gonna be quiet for the night. So that's all that matters. You have the floor, young man.
I got a question. You're talking about a me here, and we are obviously talking about Bree Hall earlier because I thought that was Fegan when I was watching the highlights, the 15. But anyways, so with that, seeing the one Sanaya Rivers highlights that I have seen and hearing getting a couple texts and DMs like Rivers was cooking today, from earlier in the tournament. Like, what did you see from Rivers in the tournament, and why isn't she playing? It's pretty. Why isn't she playing? What's going on here?
Her first game was against Oregon, which was yesterday. So the only game I got to see her play in was that exhibition game. Besides
that in and out move and the fake and all that was against Oregon.
I believe that was Oregon. Yeah, that was Oregon.
Dang.
I think that was Oregon.
But who did y'all?
No, I think it was Friday.
Buffalo? Matter of fact, no. Matter of fact, that was Buffalo.
Yeah, it was Buffalo. Yeah, that was Buffalo.
Yeah, so she had 2 games. Yeah, she played in 2 games so far.
So that was
Buffalo.
So what's going on?
Well, what we talked about, but Dawn was saying something about it. Dawn had said something about an illness. She had an illness and something due to that broke nose she had while she was wearing that mask because she got her nose broke in practice. But other than that, I don't really know.
I'm about to say she must keep getting sick because once she's sick the first time and then got sick.
No, I'm saying the only game she only missed 2 games, which was the NC State game and the Clemson game.
Okay.
No, 3 games. She missed the NC State game, the South Dakota game, and the Clemson game.
Okay.
And she been in the rest except for this last game tonight against UConn. Well, today against UConn.
All right. Well, moving up, Bree Bill, only 6 points, 4 rebounds, but a big bucket for her as well. Just kind of being in the right place, right time. That's another one of those IQ players who just have a good feel of the game and just around at the right place, right time. Zaya.
Let's give her a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
That kid right there, man.
She's all right.
Different. Like,
yeah, special.
She hit the little jelly fillet, whatever it was. I think it was a jelly with the left. Oh my gosh! After the steal from the lazy pass from Paige.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, this kid is. She took it personally. I don't know what Paige did to her.
She was teed up. I don't know, seeing her facial expressions all game. She was teed up this game.
Yeah, she took that. I don't know what was going on with her and Paige. If she had some animosity built up.
Later on, when we get off, I'm gonna send you the link that they had for the little post game press conference. She explained a lot. She knows in that press conference.
Oh, we can pull it up here.
Yeah, it's pretty much should be on there.
Okay, cool. All right, but yeah, next player Henny. Henny also a good game, but that's kind of expected of her. I take it for granted sometimes what Henny does. 15, 6, and 4. That's kind of misconsistent. You know what you're gonna get from her. Excuse me. Victoria Saxon did her job. Get out the way. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 points. You don't need to do much when your front court mate is Miss Aaliyah Boston. 22 points, 15 rebounds, a lot of Shaq dominant moves down low. Any words from Terrell?
Yes, man. Look here, man. When you have a beast down low like that, I mean, pretty much you could kind of relax. You know what I'm saying? You could breathe a little easy. As long as you got those guards out there that could kind of, when they give them a little foot or two, they're gonna make them pay. When you got a beast in the middle like that, that's how you get number 1 rankings and you beat teams like the way we were beat. Now that I'm really thinking about it, the closest game we had so far was the NC State game. Everybody else been blown out, smoked. So if we don't lose by the time this next UConn game roll around and we win that one too, it's a wrap. Y'all might as well just go ahead and give us the ring. size us up. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and size us up. Because we play everybody. We got Maryland December 7th.
Mm-hmm.
They got to come to Colonial Life Arena. We got Stanford. They got to come to Colonial Life Arena. Who else? I think we got one. Yeah, and the third one is UConn. They got to come to Colonial Life Arena. So yeah, the fans is gonna be rocking this year. You know what I'm saying? The building we gonna blow the roof off the building. You know what I'm saying? Them 3 games right there. So y'all sit back, get your popcorn. You know what I'm saying? Relax. And for the haters, you know what I'm saying? Y'all get y'all popcorn and make sure y'all hate extra harder for us to lose until that time get here.
All right. Well, I guess it's time to get to these post-game press conferences. This Geno thing. Apparently, what did Geno say? Geno said, I hate everybody. What did he say? I hate this team. I hate this team.
Geno said he had players like
the
he
most
said something like
most stubborn players he had. This group of players right here is the most stubborn players he's had.
This is the worst basketball group I've ever seen in my life, and we have no chance. That's what Geno said.
No, Rashad, you got to quote him better. He was like, something like, I had great players like Maya Moore and Diana Taurasi that could play good, that was quiet. And he was like, then those ones that play like shit and talk too much. Pretty much that's what he was saying. They do too much talking and can't play.
Today, my goal was to not overthink like I've been before, and when I got the ball, if my defender's hands weren't there, then to just shoot.
Oh, this is after the win. I was like, why are they smiling? This is when they won.
Yeah, that's fake news right there. You gotta get that off.
All right, that's Kristen. So where's the Geno one?
They probably took it down. They probably took it down.
I know.
Probably took it down.
Kristen and Avina come in there after they talk to him.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Shout out to UCTV. Support student media.
Yes. Oh. Well, you think just because you're with the AP, you get to go first? Alexa, you had your hand up first. You can go first.
He said that kind of spicy.
That's what I'm saying.
I guess that's what a loss make you get like.
Yeah. There's never one reason for anything that happens, actually. So yes, the combination of their defensive pressure in the fourth quarter and our inability to handle that pressure is basically the game, because I thought for 30 minutes we played exactly the way we wanted to play. We knew. We knew it wasn't going to be easy, but that's for sure. And for 30 minutes, I thought we did everything we set out to do, and then we just.
Can y'all hear it?
Yeah, I can hear.
Yeah.
And as coaches, we talked about it afterwards, and that's basically what we need to address as coaches. What about what happened that we can fix? What about what just happened we can't fix? That fourth quarter. Not all those things that happened in the fourth quarter are fixable, but certainly a bunch of them are. Rebounding is always fixable. That's always fixable. But I didn't. I know the NCAA says you can have anything on the sidelines, including players can.
Geno been doing his push-ups.
Yeah, he getting swole.
I didn't have my phone to call the NCAA, see if I could put Jamel in. That would have addressed the rebounding problem. But I couldn't do that, so we were screwed.
He said Jamel.
I'm trying to figure out who he's talking about.
You know who Jamel is, Rakai?
I think that's the bigs coach, like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seemed like she was more active.
Yeah. I could tell before the game started that Liv was going to play really well today. I just wish she had made a couple shots, that she had taken a couple from the perimeter. I think that's the next thing that's left for Liv. And, it's our fourth game, and you're absolutely right. That was a tough assignment today for our post players. And for 30 minutes, I thought we were really, really, really good. In the last 10 minutes, they were better. They were better than us defensively. They were better than us offensively. They were better than us rebounding the ball. So, for 30 minutes, we were better. And then for 10 that mattered the most, they were. I thought Liv was really, really good. I think she ran. She needs help too, And I don't think we got a lot of help for her. Yeah, I think the first 4 minutes of the third quarter, first 5 minutes were not good. That was not a good thing. Had some guys out there really struggled that first 5 minutes. That may have set the tone.
Why is he whispering?
Yeah, I know, right?
They're a better team than us right now.
Joker sound like Batman.
Hold on, hey, rewind that. What was that he just said?
We hung in there 30 minutes. They were just better. They're a better team than us right now. A little deeper.
Right now.
Ball. Made more shots from the perimeter. They were just a better team than us tonight. And, we got a long time before we go down there and play them again, but they were better.
Gino, you just used those words. They're better than us right now, and there's a long way to go. There's 30-something games left.
Yeah.
4 months left.
Yeah.
How much do teams evolve over the course of a time like that, and how valuable was this experience for the first kind of building block for what you're trying to do?
Yeah. The next 4 months, the team you saw today, the next 4 months from now, it could be a completely different team. That's always every coach's hope and prayer, that our team can keep changing every week. Use every experience to build on. Yes, that's the goal, and that's generally, how the season goes. This team's got some work to do if that's going to happen.
That's the loudest he been on press conference. Bashing his own team. Just pointing out what's going on.
Yeah, that's what he do.
We're going to have to work really, really hard for that to happen. It's not going to come easy for this team. It's not going to come easy. Right now the coaches have to do too much of the work. We need some of the players to help us do some of the work.
Wow, that don't sound good. That don't sound good at all.
You know what he did? He threw
he
the players under the bus.
He hot potato that real quick.
He threw his players under the bus.
Yeah.
When we win, the coaches win. When we lose, the players lose. I ain't have nothing to do with it.
Hopefully, something like today, lets players see that we can't be out on the floor with them when it's happening. So hopefully, having seen that is way different than having experienced that in practice. It would be terrible if the first time we experienced something like today would be in February, because then there may not be enough time between February and the NCAA tournament. That's why you play these games in November. I don't think Dawn left here for him like we just won a national championship, and we're not leaving here thinking we have no chance to win it.
The fans did.
Probably left here thinking,
Rakai, he slipped that in there. He slipped that in there. Terrell, any response?
You know, I'm just sitting here with a nice grin on my face because I'm hearing underlying truths come out his mouth. He's trying to go around the bush with it, but I already know what he's saying.
So we must be really good. Shit, they are. We just we're leaving here. We just lost to a really good team. We did. Other than that, and as I said, I liked 30 minutes of what we did. I thought was great. I don't know whether we got tired. Our transition game was great in the first half. When we get out in the open floor, But right now, our half-court offense isn't very good. Again, it's early, but it's not very good. It's not very good.
You were able to. You chose not to go to AZ too often. Is that just a product of guard particular players, or was it a defensive thing?
Well, every time she came in the game, they went out of their way to make sure they just went right at her. Yeah. And we tried to play a defense that could help protect that, but we couldn't. And that's not okay. If on the other end, like yesterday, you're going to move it out of the ball. And again, when we leave, we got to figure out ways to get her open more. That's my job. Find ways to get her open.
He's the number one player in the country.
I mean,
Did he ever say that about Paige? We got to find ways to get Paige open more.
Nah,
Has he ever said that about Paige? I
Never.
heard him say we got to get Paige some more help offensively. I ain't never heard him say we got to get Paige open more.
Maybe the talent is not as generational as everybody thought.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't expect AZ to come in and contribute as much as Paige did, but it's still pretty early in the season. Give her some time to warm.
The thing is, Paige was doing 20, 30 points first game. She came in firing.
Victoria, this is Michelle from ESPN. I know Paige grades herself pretty hard on games. I wonder if you could evaluate her in this game, and what do you think are the things that she'll take away from it?
Well, I don't think she was any good today, to be honest with you. I thought the first half.
Stop the cap.
Capping.
There were a lot of great moments that she had, but I think for the entire second half, I don't think she was much of a factor.
Well, that's what you said, Terrell.
Well, that's what I said. That first half, she was balling. That fourth quarter came, boy, I'm trying to tell you, boy, somebody called 911. I don't know who did it, but somebody need to stop. Look here, man. Look here. Whoever called the cops on her, please stop doing that when they play us, man. Please let her ball. Don't call the cops on her.
And I don't know whether she just got tired, she worn down, but it wasn't the same Paige that we're used to seeing. And some of that obviously comes from we need another guard out there that can make outside shots. We need somebody else that can knock in shots that we can go to. And,
Wow. I feel some kind of way if I was Christian and I ain't gonna lie.
Come on now.
I told y'all, Diamond Miller, Ashley Owusu, best backcourt in the nation.
I can agree with that.
Thank you.
Right now.
They're the best. I've been saying it all summer, and I've been getting arguments, and you really think so-and-so's better than so-and-so? We've seen it today. It's the same story. AZ, number one player come in. Same thing. Kristen, 31 points, career high. Next game, 10 points. We're seeing the same thing. Ashley and Diamond, I know what I'm going to get. Diamond playing hurt. She's still doing what she got to. All right, I'm going to keep going.
You're really good when the other players are around. You're really good. And today, I don't think we were. I don't think we were at all.
Hey, Gino, I wanted to ask you about Boston and if she presents something different maybe than she did last February, if she's a different player, and if counteracting what she does is something that you can or can't fix or have to attack a different way when you play them again.
I don't think it's a different impact than she had last year. I think they're better around her. I think they have more weapons. And
what say you, Rakai, as a UConn fan?
What?
Yeah, he said he doesn't think that Aaliyah is any better. Boston is any better this year. He just thinks the players around Aaliyah Boston are better.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like, especially the game that they played last year, I feel like the whole team played better. And even Cardoso, I feel like she just is a good fit. So she just has a better supporting cast than she did last year. And that's just going to make it that much harder to play against them, because if she is feeding off their energy, it's just going to be a tough game.
Any thoughts, Terrell, before we get to this?
I mean, I think she stepped her game up. I believe her perimeter game is better. I believe that's what's going to make us ascend once she really get that understanding in her head this year after a couple more games, that she don't always have to go inside. She could just take that little 12-foot jumper from the key. Once she get that down, once she learned that she got that, which I'm pretty sure she's starting to grasp, I feel it's going to be sky's the limit after that.
More places to go to that allows her to, it frees her up to do more things. But I don't think there's, that she does anything different. She's still the same, low post scorer, and she's still, I think she's shooting the ball better from the perimeter.
So then she's better then.
You can. Our post players would have to make some shots from the perimeter. In terms of defending her, I thought we defended it pretty well in the first half. But you have to have a pretty good game plan to beat South Carolina, and we had a really good game plan.
I'm trying to hear the comment.
The players were great.
Yeah, I don't know what number it's at, but it's coming, because he basically gonna be like, they shit. They talk. They talk too much.
Powell from Bleacher Report. I'm curious as to what you believe caused the turnovers this afternoon, and how much of that has a relation to maybe a lack of mental focus and toughness in that second half.
I love these questions. I love them.
Mental focus, some of it, yes. Some were kind of mindless. So yeah, some of that.
Players were up there for. My bad. Were players up there for like 4 minutes?
Yeah, they was up there for a short time. Yeah.
I know Kristen. She don't like to talk after losses.
Yeah.
17 to 22. Why didn't they send Paige out there? She was the leading scorer.
She probably didn't want to talk.
It don't matter what she want to do.
Yeah, pretty much.
But the
She's
school,
the face.
The school picked the players, so they probably want to protect Paige, I guess.
But most of the time, turnovers are caused by the other team. So yeah, half of that and half of the other team. We could be just as dumb against another team and we wouldn't have turned it over. So I think South Carolina had a lot to do with that. And we need, obviously we need to take care of the ball better.
Gino, it's Howard Magdell. You talked about rebounding being fixable. This also, though, was a team that took away your three-point shot in a way no one really has this year. You guys have averaged 20-plus, or you've gotten 20-plus 3 attempts in every other game this year. You made only 3, but you took only 8. I'm wondering, Go about fixing that, and what is South Carolina doing that leads to you not even getting those opportunities you normally get from Florida?
Well, a lot of really good 3-point opportunities come when various ways. Obviously, they come in transition a lot. And in the past years that we've had a lot of success against South Carolina, that's when you get a lot of your threes before they get a chance to set their defense. So that's one way to get them. Another way is your post players have to be a little more of a threat. Another way you get them is you got to move and become better screeners. So there's a lot of ways that you can get more threes. And what South Carolina did was they took away and weren't worried about anything that we might do inside. They weren't worried about that. It was all about, we were willing to give up threes. They were determined not to give up threes. So how many did they make? 5. So we made 3. So we wanted to give up threes. They only made 5. We wanted to get 23s. We only got 8. So we accomplished our job defensively, but not offensively.
Thank you, Jim.
This was one of the games where maybe Aubrey could have helped.
Yeah.
Healthy. Do you have any update on her?
We're hoping that she can start full practice next week sometime, and then see where it goes from there. But yeah, this would have been a game where Aubrey could have helped big time.
I think this is when he about to start talking his shit.
Oh, I don't even know anymore. You have to go to medical school to check up on some of all the crazy stuff the kids had today. You got to be a doctor in psychology and a medical doctor to coach today.
Yeah,
And a witch doctor too. Let me throw that in.
I know you said you never know what kids are thinking or why or whatever, but if you took the temperature of the locker room, how do you feel like your team comes away feeling about itself from this experience? That this was a high-profile game.
Yeah.
Do they overanalyze oh boy, we just lost a huge one, or do they walk out of here saying we're gonna be fine?
Well, I think you walk out with half and half. For half we were great, for half we were lousy. So if you walk out thinking we're lousy, that's not right. If you walk out thinking everything's fine, that's not right. So it's somewhere in between, But at the end, the object is to win the game. We didn't win it, so that's a bad thing. But this is a very stubborn group of players, which I don't understand. I've coached some of the most iconic players ever played college basketball, and they weren't stubborn. And now I got guys that can barely play a lick, and they're stubborn as shit.
The NIL deals? Is it the NIL deals?
Yeah, I wonder who he talking about as far as in the ones who can't play.
No, I mean, but what is it doing? Is it the NIL deals that's gassing up players?
Could be.
A lot of people were worried about that, right? About the college kids, they're going to be not focused on the games because they're getting money now. And I was like, what? That sounds stupid. What'd you say, Rakai?
I know he was worried about it. I watched an interview about him. And
Yeah.
He was talking about it. So.
Yeah, matter of fact, I seen that video. He was talking about more kids might transfer to the fact that that NIL deal is because people gonna want to be seen. They're gonna want to start stuff like that.
Score more points and get more advertisements.
Mm-hmm. But you got to think it's only a chosen few that's talented like that to really get that kind of big deal. You know what I mean?
National, yeah. AZ's got TikTok. Who does Paige have this crazy?
Didn't she just sign $1 million deal?
Yeah, she just signed $1 million deal, but I never heard of. I think the brand is to be with it's a new women's sports brand or something like that.
It's
Bioflex or BioSteel or something like that.
Yeah. And I know Liv's got some deals on Instagram and stuff, some modeling stuff. And Kristen launched her own T-shirt line, and she started up her YouTube channel. I think that's it on UConn that I could think of off top.
Right.
Welcome to 2021, right?
Yeah, he was talking about them NIL deals. He said, "Welcome to 2021."
Coach, no.
If they lose the national championship, is he gonna blame it on NIL?
Probably.
That or the coaches. He gonna blame it on them or he might just put it all on. He gonna put it all on the players. You know, you seen what he did. He just threw his players under the bus, so you know they lose that naturally. He gonna be like, man, I ain't had nothing to do with that. That was the play.
It's a mystery. It's a mystery.
Oh, that was the last question.
Yeah.
I'm playing golf tomorrow. Obviously, just not the outcome you wanted today, though.
Definitely not the outcome that we wanted, but I'm definitely going to take this game as a learning point. We had a really good first half. Just the fourth quarter really just killed us. But we have to really make that emphasis in practice to make sure we're having good practices throughout the whole.
Good job, B. All right.
Johnson for NCAA Digital.
Hey, Autumn.
Battle for Atlanta's champs, South Carolina's Aaliyah Boston and Zaya Cook after taking down UConn in a top 2 matchup. So, Aaliyah, I'll start with you because last season UConn took down you guys. They claimed that #1.
It's a lot. The vibe is different. Look at the smiles. Look at the energy standing up. It's a lot different from what we just saw for 20 minutes, which sounded like a procession.
But State, but a whole different story this season as you take them down early. What's been the difference maker this year for these 2 games so far?
I would just say we're just focused and we are just making sure that we do what we need to do before every game. We're making sure that we're just locked in. We had a couple big games, top 10 matchups this season, and so it's just all about our focus and just being ready for it.
I think growth is the biggest factor. We're older, we're a little older now, so we see things a little better, and we just know what we need to do.
Yeah, Zaya, for you, I mean, you got in early foul trouble. You sat out for a little bit, but you didn't let that take you out of your game at all. You had 17 points. What was your mentality to just provide that spark that your team needed?
When I went out, I was trying to keep myself motivated, trying to think positive, give myself positive thoughts. So when I go back in the game, I can leave off where I was at. So the biggest thing for me was just staying motivated, staying positive, and my teammates were doing what they needed to do while I wasn't in the game. When I got back in, I just kept the momentum.
Aaliyah, you also provided a huge boost for this team, 22 points, 15 rebounds, especially on the O boards. What makes you such a force in the paint as one of the best centers in this nation?
I just think my teammates just put me in good positions when it comes to getting me the ball. And I'm just trying to just be a force rebounding. I mean, if I get a tip on it, something that can help us get an extra possession, anything that help us, I'm just looking to do that.
Zaya, this team never gave up. I really think that is a huge testament of the fight of this team. What was that conversation during halftime in order to get back to that team's identity?
We were really calm in the locker room. We were just communicating, telling each other what we think is open, telling each other what we think we need to do. And I think just staying calm was the main factor for us, knowing that we're capable of it. Coach made sure she let us know that we're still in the game. So we knew she had confidence in us, so that's where we kept going with it.
So it's still early in the season. You know, the schedule gets tougher along the way. What is this team looking to build upon to remain successful and the #1 team in the nation?
Just continuing to play South Carolina basketball. We've had quite a few tests already, and we're going to have more, but we've been doing the right things, and if we just keep that up, we have the same results.
And you guys are in the Bahamas, too. What are the plans for the rest of the trip?
Water slide.
Hey, well, y'all have fun. I thank you so much for joining me. Great game, and happy Thanksgiving to the both of you.
Autumn, big proud, Autumn, big proud. Hold on. Okay. You said she said it today? Okay. You're going to try to skip around. This our last thing of the night.
Talk about that fourth quarter defense when you guys held the one basket.
Listen to the crowd in the background.
Yeah, during the UConn press conference, I heard some song in the background. I forgot what it was, but
resilient.
It just kept playing in my head. All I heard was
Exactly
song.
what we had to do, especially on the defensive side of the ball. We had to disrupt.
I'm about to skip.
You win. You know.
Oh, my bad.
Did it.
Had a huge edge on the class. Was that a particular focus? I'm sure it's always a focus going into games, but specifically against UConn, dominate that and really dominate that game.
Yes, it definitely was. Coach just talked about the guards, especially when they're driving to get it up on the glass because the post players come over to help. And so I just wanted to make sure I was crashing the boards, even if I didn't put it back up, but it gave us another chance for another possession.
All right. So Asia Wilson tweeted out that when Don Staley starts twirling that ponytail, walking to the locker room, they know that means business. So Zaya and Aaliyah, I want to know what she said to y'all during halftime, as much as y'all can give us, and how that changed you around.
I think Coach was pretty calm in the locker room. She just gave us a few plays that she thought would work for us, and she told us we was in the game. She kept us all motivated, and yeah, that's pretty much. She was super calm.
Only did that because Asia Wilson needed me to be a certain way because she's unfocused. Right?
Don, just this whole experience playing high-level competition, playing well against high-level competition in November, how much does that help the whole evolution of the team? And how much do you see teams evolve from November to March?
Well, I mean, it's helped us a great deal. This is kind of what we've done actually since I've been coaching at Temple University. We've always played a tough schedule just to measure ourselves. We probably upped the ante a little bit, especially when we have the personnel. They've been here for 3 years. They played at a high level when they first came to South Carolina, and they need to be challenged. I mean, we could schedule some cupcakes and possibly get our younger players a little bit more playing time and experience, but
play them.
You have to feed them. They want to play the very best teams in the country, and they want to measure themselves, and they want to prepare themselves for a long career in basketball. You do that playing the best teams.
All right, we're going to go back to a couple questions from Zoom.
Hey, Coach, can you talk about Destiny Henderson and what she means to your team and your program and just how she really turned it around in the second half after UConn kind of –
Everybody that cover South Carolina got an accent.
Just how big was that for her and for her confidence and for your team moving forward?
I think Henny is the winning, and any our bigs who are shot blockers is moving forward.
Fans walk through get here and they're screaming, yelling, and cheering for you. The post-short celebration. What was that like for you guys and Coach? Just what is this whole thing like? This first experience for this tournament for women's basketball and the growth of the game. How big this game was for an early season matchup.
All right. I think the atmosphere was great. Our fans, they're always great. It helped us out. I feel like I'm the type of player that do well when I have support. And now that we can finally have our fans back, it feels good.
I also agree with that. I think they just brought the energy, even if UConn went on a run. But when we started scoring, you heard them no matter what happened, we got to stop and we scored. So it just felt good to hear them in the crowd and could just continue to push us.
I mean, this was great. I mean, the atmosphere was great. The fact that I know Leah's sitting here, a female ran tournament, Battle for Atlantis, first time that we're having a women's tournament. It's tremendous. Like we've missed out in 10 years of this type of atmosphere. So I hope, moving forward that great teams will continue to come down here and play. It is a challenge. You're gonna play great competition. You're gonna play great competition, and you're gonna measure yourself.
She want her players to pick up the microphone.
The best. And the sun's out every morning. You can see the sunrise. You can wear shorts. I brought my boy Champ down here, so Paradise met my boy, and that was a great experience.
Hey, all. This is Jackie Powell with Bleacher Report. This is a question for Aaliyah. So, Coach,
I'm trying to hear the
discussed
Zaya comment. Where's the Zaya
Because
comment?
she knew what I could do, and I just used them in this game.
When she's able to make shots like that.
UConn gave up some shots from the outside and the floor and range. We try to chase. And last question.
This is for everybody on the podium, but I'll start with Aaliyah. Aaliyah, do you believe you're the best player in the country? And then I'd like to hear from your coach and Zaya their thoughts on that.
What is it?
Yeah, Coach, you go first.
Aaliyah Boston plays for the South Carolina Gamecocks. Do I think she's the best player? 22 points, 15 rebounds in a big ass game.
Mic drop on that. Thank you.
Mic drop.
The SID cut it off. The SID cut it off. She's like, players don't say anything, don't get us in trouble, bye. SID cut it off. All right, cool. But that's it. That's all I have tonight. Fellas, is there anything else?
Nah, pretty much. I just wish I could have had, a couple more people I could grind victory into. But unfortunately, it's ducking season right now. They did say it's duck season, so it is ducking season right now. So, it is what it is. But I appreciate you having me on and with the other guests. And I definitely enjoyed the show.
People were literally hitting me up and messaging me like right after the game, and like it's like, I'm at work right now, man. But people were excited about this. They were waiting for it for months now. We literally built up this first matchup for months, so it was definitely great having you on. I just want to check my. Here we go. Oh, okay. All right. I wanted to read my notifications on there and respond to any comments. Easier to do it out loud than type. But
right.
Yeah, the fans are talking their mess, man. But you guys, any last word? Oh, Rakai, any last words?
Just stay tuned. We'll play them again. So.
Oh yeah, I had something to say. I got half on. I got half on that bail money. I got half on that bail money. You got that? Rakai, you got the other half?
We don't need no bail money. It's all right.
Well, all you guys know what the deal is, man. Road 2K subs. Fellas, I appreciate it so much. Until next time, everybody have a good night or a good morning whenever you're watching this. Until next time.